You thought Scooter Coin was dead. I thought it was dead. Bitman thought it was dead. We all thought it was dead. The current price of Hex is 0.07 cent, the lowest it's been since Tom Gillespie started his stake, so he must be spewing right now. How's it going, everyone? Rich Teller here, definitely not Bitman360, definitely not Tom Gillespie. This is the production vlog for the month of May 2022. So I've been working a lot with the material that came in last month and paying way too much attention to the story structure and identifying the various key characters and how the story is going to unfold. So there's been a lot of reviewing of the content, and there has actually been a hell of a lot of identifying exactly how much content is going to make it into the actual film. I think there is some 16 hours or 17 hours of material, so obviously I'm aiming for under 2 hours for the movie, but it's very difficult to make sure, to determine what to leave out and what to leave in. Once I've finalized the story structure, then obviously I'll be able to easily identify all the various pieces that should come in to help tell that story. Now, most of the characters I have interviewed with, but there are a couple that are very important to this story that I have not been able to get interviews with, but there is plenty of material online, and I'm looking forward to wrapping up the structure in the next few weeks and actually sort of moving directly into the arrangement of all the sequences and the scenes into the various 6-act structure. Part of Bitjoin Studios format for filmmaking is obviously we always incorporate an NFT side to it, and one of the original ideas was to do land parcels in Hexican City as NFTs. We're currently looking in how to port the VR chat, the Unity file that we created for the filming in the locations, to try to bring that into either crypto voxels or decentralized or something like that, and potentially look at selling land parcels in Hexican City as part of the filmmaking process. Another way is for the audience to potentially pause the film and mint a frame from it, making unique frames as NFTs. Another way to potentially look at the utilization of NFTs within this film project. Another one is, of course, the avatars that we've created as well. We could also look at the regular collector cards editions like we did in the previous film, but that would mean sort of trying to strike a deal or somehow making sure that those persons that we did have minted as NFTs were able to be part of that process. So if you have any NFT ideas of how to incorporate an NFT minting feature into the Hex film, feel free to reach out or drop it in the comments below, and we can discuss and see. Maybe you have some radical ideas that we haven't touched on. Of course, there was this part of the storyline for Tom Gillespie was that he was looking for a way to create a standardized model for identifying decentralized projects, which has become increasingly difficult for people due to all the marketing jargon. So as part of a side project, we went to Malta last week as well, and although unrelated to the production, it was a no-brainer that we would see what we could get with Tom Gillespie in Malta. It's very famous for trying to become a blockchain island over the last, I think, since 2017, 2018. Unsuccessfully, it seems. However, Tom did get the opportunity to speak at the Crypto Malta Hub group, and he did a presentation that was supposed to last 15 minutes, but apparently it went on for 45 minutes. That was live streamed on Facebook, and there was a live audience, maybe about 50 or 60 people.
Bear with me. Can you bear with me?
To really
Yes.
Okay, great.
find it quite entertaining what he delivered there. I was pleasantly surprised at how many people came up to Tom after the presentation. I think it was about maybe 8 people wanting to talk further about Tom's experiences investigating crypto scams, and we got maybe 3 or 4 interviews as well on camera there. I will go ahead and produce that. Whether or not it makes in the film, I'm not sure, but we shot a couple of maybe 4 or 5 other scenes. A denouement opening car scene that was supposed to be based in Australia, where we rented this classic car for the afternoon and shot a scene which is a little bit...
G'day, ladies. How you going?
strange, perhaps, but I thought it would be quite fun as an opening scene. But the reason we were in Malta was to shoot a interview with Linus Dunkers, who was involved in a interesting case here in Sweden regarding the tax authorities and his Bitcoin mining facility, of which I interviewed Linus previously in 2017 and 2014. So it was good to get a follow-up and to see what's happening from his perspective. That will be a separate video. I'll put that out on YouTube as an interview, but I'm also looking at developing that story into a fully fledged documentary of its own. When it's coming out, I have no idea. But big thanks to Linus for accommodating us, and props to Mickey for following me out there and grabbing some additional Tom Gillespie content, which we got some gold out there, that's for sure. This month, Tom also had a pretty cool interview with Loki Giant and the Rock the Block magazine. He rocked up in his nightie because it was 5 a.m. in Australia, of course. And big props to Loki Giant for doing that interview and publishing it in the magazine. You can find all the links to everything discussed in this video below. When it comes to the Fakefluencer, we won Best Experimental Film at a film festival called Indie Fair. And what has been interesting about using the Film Freeway website and, applying to various film festivals, I think I've applied to about 4 now, is the overwhelming targeted marketing that follows when you make an application, because I've been inundated with many film festivals that I'm not sure are quite really film festivals at all. And I ended up having a closer look at Film Freeway and realized that there is over 11,000 festivals on there, and I think probably close to maybe 1 or 2% are actually worth applying for. Obviously, the reason to apply for film festivals for the Fakefluencer is to try to get some media attention, and also you get these beautiful little graphics called laurels that you can place upon your artwork. Now, essentially the process in Film Freeway is that you upload your documentation. You can efficiently apply for multiple different film festivals around the world in hopes that you get selected. And my experience has been a little shaky on this subject, and I would like to dedicate an entire video of its own to what I've learned and discovered about how it is to be an indie filmmaker applying for festivals through the Film Freeway platform. I can tell you that it's largely down to the question of, are you willing to pay 25 to 50 bucks for one of these graphics issued from a festival that people may or may not have heard of, or it seems to be continuously more and more difficult to verify the quality of the festival. And I guess that happens with a platform like that. I looked into some of the disclaimers on the platform, and it seems that there's no contracts or due diligence really to any meaningful extent. So I also realized that once you're signed up on the platform, you can easily make these graphics yourself. And I whipped up a few just for the fun of it. But really what I would like to say to any indie filmmakers out there that are trying to bring their movie to the attention of a broader audience is using Film Freeway, using festival applications to try to get some awards or even just some laurels, is be very, very conscious that most of these websites, these film festivals, seem to be potentially not necessarily a scam, but are next to useless when it comes to promoting your film, unless you like to pay 25 bucks to 50 bucks for a graphic that you can make yourself and a retweet, which seems to be the main value that's created. Now again, there are genuine film festivals on that platform. I'm just saying is out of over 11,000 festivals on that platform, arguably there can't be more than a couple of hundred that are worthy of your time. I'd sooner spend my time and energy reaching out directly to people that are willing to showcase the film or feature it in some interesting way. Which brings me on to FilmRare. FilmRare, you may remember last year, was showing the Fakefluencer in their Cineplex in Decentraland, and I've been speaking with them again earlier this month, and they offered to premiere the Hex movie in the Cineplex later on this year. So we have a premiere location in the metaverse in Decentraland, and it would be cool to have an accompanying physical premiere, I guess, but we'll see how that goes closer to the time. Right now, I'm very, very much focused on getting all my sequences cut and getting all my scenes ready, making sure that my story structure is all in place so that when it comes time to build the film, it's a much more efficient process, and I can hit my deadline for September 2022 when Tom Gillespie's stake in Hex ends. And finally, you thought Scooter Coin was dead. I thought it was dead. Bitman thought it was dead. We all thought it was dead. There was a chain attack. You might remember if you rewind. Anyway, Linus has been nice enough to spend probably way too many hundreds of hours bringing Scooter Coin back to life as a proof of stake coin. It is a fork of Sheeb, if I'm correct. New videos are going out later today from Bitman360.
For fuck's sake, I'm making a bloody video right now. Now you're going to be on the fucking recording.
Showing you how to move from the old proof of waste, proof of work wallets to the new proof of stake wallets on Windows, Ubuntu, and OS X will come later on, or if demand requires it. Big thanks to Linus for spending the time to bring that coin back to life. And of course, Bitman's been looking to get his teeth into something. He's gone a bit quiet since building Hexco City. I've been Rich Teller, and I really appreciate those of you that have pre-ordered the Hex film for $15, and those of you that have offered your help in any way, who have seen the Fakefluencer and really dig what I'm doing with Tom Gillespie. Very grateful for those of you that have got a kick out of the movie, a little bit of entertainment, help support us, all those things. They kind of keep the energy up and everything going. And again, if you want to support Tom in any way that you find you would enjoy contributing, you can go to cryptoscamdemic.com. This is where we're sort of building out this potential model for Tom and the characters, maybe Bitman, I don't know, going forward. That's cryptoscamdemic.com. If you want to learn more about the team behind the scenes, you go to bitjoinstudios.com. I've been Rich Teller. I'll catch you next time. The current price of Hex is 0.07 cent, the lowest it's been since Tom Gillespie started his stake. So he must be spewing right now. I think he got in at 49 cents or something, but regardless, there's still a few more months to turn it around. Is he going to come out square, back to where he began? Is it going to be profitable? Is he going to restake? Is he going to end stake? Is he going to accumulate? Stick around to find out. Thanks to all of you guys, both Hexicans and non-Hexicans, for sticking in there and enjoying the process. It's been a bloody long one. Cut!